Hey guys, this is Bharadwaj with PhoneArena.com and this is the video review of the Samsung Galaxy S Duos 2. The sequel to the original S Duos looks and feels exactly the same. However, Samsung has made some changes on the insides to bring it up to speed, literally. With renewed competition, can the Galaxy S Duos 2 hold up against the local Indian brands and the cheap Lumias? Let's find out. As mentioned earlier, the S Duos 2 looks exactly the same as the S Duos, with every detail intact. The typical Samsung design has a single sheet of glass on the front with cutouts for the earpiece and the hardware home button. Underneath the glass is the 4-inch WVGA screen, above which we have the earpiece, the pair of sensors for ambient light and proximity sensing. Below the display we have the hardware home button and the two capacitive buttons for back and contextual menu, which light up and offer haptic feedback. Over on the sides we see the familiar 4-metal chrome colored plastic that is usually seen on all Galaxy devices. The right side houses the power lock switch and the micro SD card slot, while the left side houses the volume rocker and the lanyard hole. Down at the bottom we have the micro USB slot and the primary microphone, while the 3.5mm jack sits alone on the top. The back of the device has the 5MP camera, the single LED flash and the loudspeaker, and underneath the back cover we have the 1500 mAh battery and the stacked full-size SIM slots. Moving to finer details, the display on the S Duos 2 is a 4-inch LCD TFT panel with 800 by 480 resolution. It's bright and crisp for a 4-inch panel at this price range and even offers good viewing angles. We would have liked a QHD panel at this price, but this panel is good enough, we feel. Only issue we found is that it was not good in outdoor visibility tests, and that was the case even after cranking up the brightness to maximum. The camera on the back is a 5MP unit that can also record 720p videos. At this price range, we would say it is above average in terms of performance. Using the typical Samsung camera UI with some extra features like sound and shot and continuous shot, the camera takes decent photos in well-lit conditions, only rarely washing out the scene. The low-light performance is expectedly poor, but that's a given at this price range. We'd also say that the front-facing camera itself is a luxury here, so no comments on that. Talking of performance, the S Duos 2 is powered by the Broadcom BCM21664T with the VideoCore 4 GPU. This is the same GPU that powers the Samsung Galaxy Grand Duos, which makes the S Duos 2 pretty powerful for the price, and we saw the evidences in synthetic benchmarks as well as games. The phone doesn't struggle to run games, but there are a few bottlenecks. One is the 768MB RAM that fills up really easily, while the other is the tiny 2.16GB usable internal storage. On other phones, we usually get the option to directly install games on the micro SD card, but here we get the option to move the games, which rarely works right. So we couldn't actually test the real power of the GPU because huge games fail to install anyway. That said, the daily performance is hampered by the amount of RAM and forces you to constantly clear the memory to get the best out of this device. But when it does work, it works fast and fluid. Talking of connectivity, the S Duos 2, much like the original, is a dual SIM phone with Samsung's own smart dual SIM technology. Coming to software, the Samsung Galaxy S Duos 2 runs on Android 4.2.2 Jelly Bean with TouchWiz UI on top. This new UI layer introduced with the Galaxy S4 takes a minimal form on the Duos 2 with stripped down features for the price. With 4.2.2, you do get the lock screen widgets and quick setting toggles, but not all the features that you see on Samsung's high-end phones. But that's okay, we guess. Media apps for music and videos do their job well, but the lack of 1080p playback on the default player might be irksome for people wanting to roam their collection. There is also a FM radio app with RDS support if you're looking for one. With a 1500 mAh battery powering the device, it easily lasts a day on average use. We found it to have great standby time on Wi-Fi and obviously lesser on 3G. Unlike most of the Samsung devices, we don't have any power saving options here, so one might have to resort to manual methods. You might find it lasting less when using two SIMs, but that's expected. Overall, we found the battery life to be above average in fact. In the end, the Samsung Galaxy S Duos 2 is a small but much needed upgrade over the S Duos. It improves the performance factor and gets new software, but that's about it. We expected more, to be honest, as the competition proves to be too much of a better value. Like for example, the Xolo A600 and the Lumia 520 are 3000 rupees and 2000 rupees lesser and offer more value. You might even find some 720p devices in this price range from the local manufacturers. With the upcoming launch of the Motorola Moto G, it might be very hard to recommend the S Duos 2 right now, but if one thing that Samsung does better than all the others, that would be after sales service. So if you trust the brand and want your after sales service to be taken care of, Samsung's Galaxy S Duos 2 is a solid offering in this price range, and it will only get better as the price eventually reduces over the course of time. To summarize, here are the list of pros and cons of this device. That concludes our review. Do check out our full text review on the blog. The links are in the description below. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do hit the like button and do hit the subscribe button if you want more videos like these. Thanks for watching.